Right, hi Rachel.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
So you run Wild Workouts, which is an alternative fitness class and group. So why don't you tell us a little bit, what is alternative fitness? What does that even mean?
Alternative fitness, it's not your everyday sport, it's not going to the gym, it's involving exercise around other equipment such as a pole or aerial hoops and silks, using different muscle groups and being around like-minded community that is non-judgmental, friendly and a load of fun as well.
And so how did that even come about? How did the idea for Wild Workouts come to be?
I've been polling since 2018 and I only come across the place a few times after plucking up the courage to actually go in, and for my own mental health went completely on my own and fell in love with it. And then last year in April it sadly closed, and just like me and other instructors cried buckets and thought, what does any normal sane person do? Just make their own studio.
Why not?
Yeah.
And so what was that process like, trying to start up your own studio kind of from scratch? Was that difficult?
Very difficult. It was really hard. Finding a unit to actually set up the pole studio was really hard. Not a lot of people like the use of being for a pole studio, so I had to be a bit creative. Once I found out what it was like, they was on board, but it was getting over those barriers, breaking down some barriers and the stigma of pole fitness.
Yeah, I was going to ask, do you think then that there is a stigma around these kind of alternative fitnesses? Why do you think that is?
Yeah, it's associated with, unfortunately, pole and pole dancing and strippers, and some people will say to me, oh, it's really great fun and really good exercise, and then some people will say, all right, so you're a stripper then? And I'm like, no. Really not.
And so I think it's a year, you told me, that since you decided to start your own studio essentially.
Yeah.
What does it look like now, a year on? What kind of community have you built there? And what are the kind of people who come in through your doors?
It's amazing. It started off obviously slow, just like any other business, but it's absolutely amazing the amount of people that have come in. It's very overwhelming the amount of people that have given me feedback saying that it's been great for their mental health. Like, I've had so many like young women that have been depressed and have anxiety. That's even before COVID, and some that actually sadly do self-harm, that have come in and said this is their therapy session, and I feel quite blessed to actually give them that space.
That's amazing. What would you say to people who, you know, feel kind of a bit negative towards it or have a bit of that stigma around pole fitness? How do you think we can break that down then? Normalising it as any other sport. You see people in two pieces on the beach. The only difference is that we've got a metal pole and we're using our upper body strength and gaining confidence along the way. So normalising it as just as a sport. I would love for it to be in the Olympics. That would be amazing. That would be amazing. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.